Okay, this is an examination of why Donald Trump must not be reelected as president. One, Donald Trump only cares about Donald Trump. Donald Trump willfully puts the lives of Americans at risk for the sake of his reelection. He has repeatedly lied to and misinformed the American public about COVID-19 for the sake of his reelection. The USA by far leads the world in deaths from COVID-19, with over 225,000 deaths. India, who has a far larger population than the United States, it's like 4 or 5 times larger than the United States. They're second to the United States with only half of the deaths. That's India. USA death rate is 0.07%, the highest in the world. That's shameful for a modern industrial nation, the USA, to be the highest death rate in the world. In COVID death rate, the USA is worse than any third world, backward, grass hut nation. For example, the death rate of Venezuela is 0.0027. This means that the USA death rate from COVID-19 is 26 times higher than Venezuela, a backward socialist country. So has Trump done a good job with COVID? Ask yourself, has Trump told you the truth about this dangerous disease? Or has he only lied about COVID-19? Trump has pumped out massive amounts of misinformation on COVID-19, telling us, one, he told us we don't need masks. Two, he told us to take dangerous drugs that have been proven to have no benefit against COVID, like hydroxychloroquine. No proven benefit, right? Plus, they're proven dangerous. He's told us a vaccine will be ready before the election in order to get election votes. All right? The guy's just lying again. But this has only harmed public confidence in a vaccine, which will put American lives at risk. All right? He told us not to take the virus seriously because it'll all just go away on its own. It's just like a bad dream. It'll just blow away. The wind will come in and blow it away. He ought to be singing, "Don't worry, be happy. Don't worry, be happy." He told us to ingest toxic substances like bleach and disinfectants, or take it intravenously, hook up a bottle to a tube and shove a needle in your arm. I mean, that's unexplainable, insane stupidity, beyond belief. But yet he thinks he's the smartest man in the world. There is no wonder the USA leads the world in deaths from COVID-19. He's put out false information. He's been an absolute anti-leadership in this. As far as leading by example, it's anti-example. Now, it is hard to imagine a more incompetent presidential response to such a grave national threat. He can't even protect himself or his family from COVID-19 when he's surrounded by the world's greatest battery of doctors. All right? The White House is surrounded by doctors to protect the president, and yet he gets it. And Trump holds COVID super spreader events in the White House with no masks. That's not just incompetent. That's playing loose and reckless with the health and lives of others, probably just for the sake of a photo op. I honestly believe Trump will sacrifice the lives of Americans in a heartbeat so that he can be reelected. Now that is cowardly beyond belief. But it is also not surprising to me, right? I'm a person who served in the military when Donald Trump was a draft dodger, finagling a deferment from the Vietnam War by getting some doctor to say he had bone spurs in his heels. Bullshit. I went down to, knowing Donald Trump and knowing his character, knowing his past, knowing how he lies constantly to the American public, in the press, in public. It's lie after lie after lie. I wouldn't doubt if Trump found the shadiest doctor in town and paid him a lot of money to sign this paper. I mean, I don't have proof of that, but, I wouldn't doubt it. I wouldn't put it past him. Trump is a certified coward, a draft dodger, but yet he has the gall to call our military men and women suckers and losers. The ethos of the military teaches soldiers to serve and sacrifice. Right? I mean, that's one of the reasons why the U.S. military is the greatest military in the world. Right? It's because it's about attitude. It's about the culture within the military. It's about what it teaches them. What other service does that? To risk their lives for others. Now, Donald Trump is the opposite. He's a flagrant coward, and yet he has the nerve to call the brave men and women who fight and die for our country losers and suckers. Right? Oh, they're suckers. I cheated my way out of deferment. Oh, those guys didn't. They joined voluntarily. Oh, they must be suckers. Talk about a loser. No human being lies more than Donald Trump. He tells lie after lie after lie after lie after lie. It's an unending string of lies, an unending chain of lies. Trump is an unbridled liar who lies with zero restraint. In fact, lying is automatic for him and completely ingrained within his nature. It's his nature to lie. I mean, his name should be Diaboline. I'm serious, right? That's a reference to the Bible. In fact, I honestly believe Donald Trump should be in the Guinness Book of World Records as the greatest liar of all time. I mean, not just like in modern history, but of all time, right? Trump claims to be the greatest at so many things, but really, he's the greatest at only one thing: lying. I swear. I do not believe a single word he says. I mean, I just don't. I automatically believe, I question everything he says. Either it's a blatant lie or some stupid, baseless crap he just makes up out of the blue. No president has been so ignorant and misinformed of the facts than Donald Trump. Trump simply makes crap up. He just pulls it out of his butt, I swear. I don't write that, but, How can he possibly make decisions that are best for our nation when he has no idea of the facts? When he's basing his decisions on crap he just makes up. Even more scary is Trump's decision-making process. He's rash, he's impulsive, he's impetuous. He doesn't think beyond one move. He just makes knee-jerk decisions without thinking 2 or 3 moves down the line. He doesn't even consider a single counter move. And that is why he almost got us into a shooting war with Iran. And that is probably why Trump has declared for Chapter 11 bankruptcy 6 times, not just once or twice, 6 times, and paid virtually no taxes over the past 20 years. Now, teachers and firemen, police officers who, provide a great service to our country, they make far less than Trump, and they pay far more in taxes. I'm willing to bet that a typical teacher pays about $20,000 in taxes each year, right? While Trump pays, less than $750? That means a typical teacher pays 27 times more in taxes than Donald Trump. Not double, not triple, 27 times more in taxes. He claims to be a multi-billionaire. Why is a teacher who slaves and exhausts herself every day for far less money, right, paying 27 times more in taxes than Trump, bearing the tax burden of our country on her back, while Trump skates away and carries nothing? He contributes nothing. All right? It's not that he's a clever, sneaky businessman. Well, okay, maybe he's a cheat and tax fraud, or maybe he's a business failure. I don't know. Maybe he's working and scamming the system somehow. All right? But the bottom line is, if he's not paying taxes, he is not supporting our country. Right? It's these hard workers that are. No matter how grossly misinformed Trump is, he still thinks he's still a know-it-all, thinking he knows better than all the expert scientists. In fact, he recently called our top nation's medical experts, including Dr. Fauci, all those idiots. And this is coming from a guy who tells Americans, I think we should ingest bleach and disinfectants, or maybe take it through intravenous tubes, right? So here's Donald Trump. Remember, he's making fun of a guy saying he's retarded. So here's Donald Trump. Well, I mean, who's the serious? Seriously, who's the retard? Hey, Americans, go drink some bleach. It's good for you. Trust me. I'm the smartest guy in the world. I'm the biggest genius in the world. Right? This is when Donald Trump mocked the person calling him a retard. Right? Now, who's the real retard? Go drink some bleach. Yeah, that'll cure COVID-19. Right? I'm the smartest man in the world. And Donald Trump is going to gut your health care as soon as he gets reelected. Right? All he's waiting for is reelection. Then he's going to have carte blanche. He's going to run roughshod over you and screw you. And what does he have? He said, I got this super whammy-dine, shiny, polished healthcare system. It's slick. It's got a lot of chrome and right? He's got nothing, right? He's gonna cut your healthcare from under your legs at a time when a lot of people are threatened by COVID-19. Finally, when I joined the military, I took an oath to defend the Constitution of the United States from all enemies, foreign and domestic. Today, the greatest threat to our Constitution is not a foreign adversary. Our greatest threat is more insidious. Our greatest threat is a subversive, insider threat from Donald J. Trump. He is an inside threat. He is the greatest threat to our Constitution, to our democracy, our system of justice. I mean, just look at all the obstruction of justice he's conducted, right? And he gets away with it because he's president and he's immune, right? Anyone who investigates him, he's fired. Anyone who is set to testify against him, he whispers, hey, I got the power of pardon, so, hey, don't worry about it, right? I got your back, right? He's a threat even to the electoral process, right, with all the bullshit he says. He's a threat to our national unity. He panders to white supremacist groups, emboldening them, encouraging them, right, empowering them. He has mismanaged the stability of our civil society. At no time has there been more riots and clashes between opposing protest groups since the Vietnam War. All right, what is that? What is the Vietnam War? I mean, you're talking 70s, right? You're talking 50 years ago. And finally, he abandons and insults our long-standing allies, right? Trump will trample over all and everything just to save and serve his petty little self. For Trump, it is all about me, 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 me. He has been the total me, me, me president, right? I mean, this guy is not just bad for our country. He's a bad example for all our kids. This is our president. He cannot be president. We must not reelect Trump.